And it could be that it can smell the lion, and that's why it's being a little bit aggressive towards us. But it certainly was giving us the once over there. Oh, the lazy lion are still in the same place. And even though they can be formidable hunters, it appears that this morning they are not really being too proactive. And interestingly enough, I've just seen a buffalo straight in front of the vehicle. You'll be able to see a dark grey mass as Andrew zooms in. There you go, you can see its tail wagging. So there's the buffalo, and the lion are right over here. It's very nearby. But even still, they are not interested in making an attack. Now that could be because of a number of reasons. They lack the cover of darkness, which is such a useful aid to them when hunting. They'd be able to startle and ambush the buffalo, and a lot easier when it's dark than when it's daytime. And that, coupled with the fact that they're already full-bellied with what we believe is some buffalo meat from a previous kill that they've made. So they're not wanting to take any chances this morning. And even though they'll keep looking in that direction, they'll always be inquisitive, but if they haven't made an advance at this stage, it's unlikely that they'll make one at all this morning. They're obviously not willing to take the risk of a buffalo hunt this morning. We've just got a question through from Colin in Johannesburg. Good morning, Colin, and welcome. Colin's interested to know whether the buffalo have smelt or seen the lion yet. And I certainly think they have smelt the lion. The wind is blowing from the lion, where we are now, towards the buffalo at the dam. And I think that is why the buffalo a little bit earlier kind of approached our vehicle in an aggressive fashion, as it would approach a lion. If it knew it was there, the buffalo will approach and chase lion when they know they're around. And that buffalo certainly did give us that treatment. So it could be that it smelt the lion from where they were at the dam. There's a strong chance that would have happened. Or the other thing that could have happened, Colin, is as we drove past, we may have driven over some lion droppings earlier as we were watching them, or got the scent of lion on the tires of the vehicle, and the buffalo could have smelt that as we drove past. So one of two variables, but they certainly know that these lion are around. And for buffalo, it's not an uncommon scenario to be in. They will spend a lot of their life within the general surroundings of lion, one another, lion and buffalo, because lion will actively hunt buffalo, and it takes many attempts and many hours of following buffalo before the lion get lucky enough to take them down. Now, I'm wondering if we're going to be able to get a decent view of these lion. They're all lying in the shade of a Gowrie thicket. which is going to make for difficult views. Go ahead. And negative. Okay, copy. Thank you very much. Which direction they're heading in? Okay, copy, thanks very much. So, as you can see, there's not much of a view left of these lion. I'm certainly glad that we came back in the hope that they may chase the buffalo, but we didn't have any luck this morning, but may have some luck this afternoon. They're only going to get more hungry, and as soon as it gets dark this evening, we can expect some different behavior from them. So certainly worth tuning in this afternoon and seeing what does unfold with these lion and the buffalo. For now, though, I think it's fairly safe to say that the buffalo have got nothing to worry about. Lion are asleep, and the chance of them taking down a buffalo appears to be zero at this stage. We will head back in towards the area where the monkeys were alarm calling, as there could very well be a leopard there. Failing that, I've got a report that there could be some elephant in that area as well. So we don't have much time left, but we're going to try and show you as much as we can in the remaining few minutes. And I think our best option is, like I said, to head back, have one last look for whatever it was that these monkeys were alarm calling at. Thereafter, hopefully track down some elephants. If we don't have any luck, I just got a radio call saying that there were some elephants in this general area. As you can see, the buffalo have got nothing to worry about. And they're very relaxed here. It's interesting to see how the water levels are dropping quite considerably. That little patch of turf that they're lying on now used to be an island. Now it's a peninsula. So the dam levels are dropping. You'll also notice a very interesting bird in the background behind the buffalo that's busy hunting. And that is a saddle-billed stork. Absolutely beautiful species of stork, one of my favorites. And we've been really fortunate with some great viewing of them in the last few weeks. There's a pair of them. This is the male. You'll notice it has small yellow wattles dangling from the base of its red beak, whereas the female will lack those wattles and will have yellow eyes, whereas the male has got the yellow wattles and black eyes. And it's looking for small aquatic life like crabs and frogs, even fish they'll feed on. Just using my binoculars to scan the vegetation in the area where we feel that the leopard was hiding a little bit earlier, but haven't had any luck seeing it. But we'll continue and see if we can't get a glimpse of these elephants before the end of the show. It's been, starting off with the Nkuhuma Pride of Lion, literally right on our doorstep. Was a very warm welcome back for myself. It's great to start off after being out of the saddle for a few days with some great content. This morning the animals have really been playing their parts, which we should all be grateful for, because it's been a non-stop animal action morning. We've hardly had a moment where we haven't had something interesting in the screen. But the highlight for me has certainly been watching that African Harrier hawk going about its business, trying to excavate whatever it was hiding in that cavity. That was a first for me to share with all of you. Even managed to sneak into the hyena den site for a short while, which was great. It's an incredible opportunity for us to view these animals, because hyena typically don't allow us to follow them or view them very well or for very long periods of time unless it is at their den site. So we are grateful that we have got an active den site on the property at the moment. Mark, come in. I'm just turning onto the 2-track now, just to let you know. A negative from the dam. Copy, thanks. From Mark, who's headed out to try and help us find some animals, has been a good one. And there are some elephants just ahead of us. It's a little bit thick, and I want to just make sure we don't interfere with them too much, just as we establish their mood and behavior. So bear with us for a moment, but we will get some better views of them once we've got a better idea of how exactly they're feeling this morning. There's a beautiful big cow amongst them, and she's about to pop out into a small opening. And you can just see her ivory dangling below this tree. And is she going to give us a bit of attitude? She's certainly thinking about it. Hello, old lady. She's not sure about us exactly yet, but I'm sure if we just stay here and mind our own business, she'll resume with her morning without getting too flustered by us. Again, maybe she can smell the lions that we've been driving in and around, and maybe that's why her behavior is a little bit suspicious of us. You see how she keeps picking up her trunk and smelling, and that's why I think that it could be that she smells those lion. And it's incredible how good their senses of smell are, these animals. They really do make us feel quite hopeless with regards to our senses, as theirs are just far, far better than ours. Now, there's a young bull that's just going to pop out in front of us here, and I think he may give us a bit of attitude, so I'm going to ask Andrew to stick with him just for a moment or two. As it's about to cross the road, and I think when it does cross the road, we are going to get a little bit of adolescent attitude. Nope. Oh, there we go. A little bit. And some tiny babies running off in the background. Awesome. Well then, Andrew, it looks like that one in front there actually was in the unfortunate situation where its mother may have pooped on its head, because there was a big stain running down its forehead that looked like that of what could only be elephant dung. So it got about a 2 or 3 kg bolus of its mother's poop on its head, but that I guess happens from time to time if you are a baby elephant spending a lot of time in and around the ankles of your mother. Here comes another youngster crossing the road. This one might give us some attitude. No, just a bit nervous to have been left behind. Well, this is absolutely wonderful. Thanks very much, Mark. And I'm just trying to think what our best option will be now to try and get you some views of the little youngsters. It's tricky because it is so thick in here. What to do? I do fear that that view was as good as it's going to get of the youngsters this time, and I don't want to chase them and cause any unnecessary stress to the herd, and also indirectly with us, because once the herd gets stressed, then they will take their stress out on us, and then we too will become stressed. So we are going to avoid all stress this morning by giving them their space. I'm just going to try and get a decent view where we can show you them one last time before we close out this morning's drive. Well, what a morning it's been, and so happy to have finished off on this herd of elephants. And like I said earlier and throughout the drive, I guess, great prospects for this afternoon. The Gowrie Pride of Lion are at WildEarth Dam. There's a lot of buffalo there, so anything could happen with them this afternoon. And also potentially a leopard in and around the camp, also close to the lions, so that's something to look forward to. Here's some elephant. The hyena den site was active. It's been an absolutely wonderful morning. So like I say, it could well continue with that streak. Oh, there's another youngster that Andrew spotted. That could be the unlucky one that got pooped on. Well, just a minute left, folks, and I'd like to say a very, very, very big thank you from myself, as well as Andrew, and to Tara and Nikki in the final control room. It's been a great morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Thanks so much for sending all of your questions through. Sorry if we didn't get to answer all of them, but there's been so much action that the animals have been doing a lot of the speaking. So we'll see you next time.